What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Natsume Yuujinchou, this time with San, Season 3, Episode 4. Again, heard a lot of people absolutely love this episode. To be honest with you guys, it's been a little while since I did watch the last episode. Christmas just went by and yeah, had a little bit of a break. So yeah, it's been a little while. Really enjoyed the season so far, though. I think it's been fantastic. And again, heard big things about this one, so looking forward to it. No idea, again, it's been a while, so I have no idea what the preview showed us. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And let's see what we got. To be honest, I'm not really great with the previews anyway. They usually come to me as soon as I see a scene from the preview, so hopefully that'll be the same here. Man, I really love this season's opening ending. Honestly, it might be my favourite set, but perhaps that's just like current recency bias because I've been listening to them both a lot. It's quite funny actually that open. Like if you think about it, if we actually got a scene like that, everyone would just be like, if he did fall, everyone. I imagine one of the yokai would grab him, so they'd just see him like floating in midair, which would be quite funny. The midterms. But don't get me wrong. When I was at school, we had like random like tests and stuff for like the big tests, but not nearly as kind of often or as strict in the same setting as these midterms and such they have in Japan. I think we had like mock / practice exams like halfway through the year and then the proper exams at the end. Never revised a day in my life, so there was never too much work for me. I'm just not a reviser. If I learn something, I'll learn it initially. If it's something that I don't take in initially and try to go back and read over 1, 2, 3, 4 more times, it usually doesn't work. Summertime. Bit of summer holiday. Class reunion. And a thing I've been saying a hell of a lot is I want to see more of these Guardians. I want to see more and more of them. Okay, you're all the same age. Jeez. Oh, that's a shame. That sucks. Things like that stay with you though, don't they? Rejections and stuff like that. Even though she was that young. I remember stuff like that from when I was a kid. Again, it didn't mean much. It doesn't mean much, but it just sticks with you. But yeah, that's another thing with Natsume, isn't it? Like, even though I've got those like negative memories, it's like this Natsume doesn't even have that. He didn't even like. He was like so alone and so ostracized that he doesn't even have to look back on the negative memories. Like, it's I say negative, but it's like it's a positive negative, which again doesn't make sense. But hopefully you guys get what I'm saying here in terms of like she had those friends, she had people to be around, which was like the positive, even though there was a negative in that kind of situation where she was like embarrassed and she felt like she let down her friend. That was a negative, but it only came about because she had the positive of having those people around her and having those kind of childhood friends. Whereas Natsume didn't even really seemingly have a chance. He didn't even have a chance to have a negative kind of experience like that he looks back on in in contemption. Is that the word for it? I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't even have anything to look back like that. It's a shame. It's a big shame. But the thing is, he is still in his. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's like an older teenager. I think he's about 15, I imagine, 15, 16. I don't know for certain, but he just feels like that kind of age. He can look back on this in a few years and reminisce about this, I think. Reminisce about these times, which is awesome. I don't think he's too old to do that. And these fucking noises. His voice actor is so good at stuff like that. Indeed. Oh, sorry guys, it's chilly. San Louis. Bug catchers. That was me when I was a kid. I think I would have loved growing up in Japan. Be a little bug kid. Don't get me wrong, I never had a net or anything or a hat like that. I'd just literally go like bare hands, go in the dirt, go around the side of my house, go around the bushes at school, at primary school, dig up some dirt with like a stick, find some bugs. There's a lot of cool bugs in Japan. Like the UK, we don't have too many beetles, and they got a lot of really cool like beetles and stuff in Japan. I'm a big fan of beetles. If you can't tell, like, beetles one of my favourites. My favourite's probably a mantis. I really like mantises. Centipedes, millipedes, moths. I really love moths and butterflies. Beautiful creatures. I like stick insects as well. I've held a stick insect. Went to I can't remember where. Do you know what? That takes me back. This is kind of totally. I mean, I guess this is related, but it's not. I guess I felt terrible once in primary school. Again, I wasn't a popular kid or anything. Like I said, I was the guy like digging up worms and shit. Not a big fan of worms though. I remember that conkers were a big thing at school. Um, People love having like conker fights and like putting like a string through conkers and like spinning conkers around and such. And there was a conker tree at school, so everyone was obviously trying to get the conkers down, like the whole school. And I had done something very stupid and chucked like a rock like the size of my hand up to get some conkers, and I hit this kid who was a year younger than me right in the head and cut his head open, and I felt absolutely terrible for doing that. And he was like crying, and yeah, I felt absolutely awful for that. So this scene here kind of took me back. It wasn't don't get me wrong, I wasn't doing this. It was a complete accident, but it was a massive fucking rock. Really stupid of me thinking back, but I was in primary school, so it's like, of course it was stupid. You do stupid stuff then. I hurt a few people in general in primary school. I think I said this one before about a kid stealing one of my I think it was my favourite Hot Wheels car. It was like a silver car, and it had this I remember it really vividly because again it was my favourite. It was all silver, but it had this kind of light blue cyan kind of like roof on top, and it was like really cool. It was my favourite, and this kid stole it, and I saw it in his pocket, so I booted him in the balls and he ended up crying as well, and I got told off, and I didn't ever get it back, and he didn't ever get. Yeah, a lot of stuff went against me in those times, but that it was the wrong thing to do, don't get me wrong, but it's just my initial reaction was just to boot him in the ball, to boot people in the balls if they did something bad to me. Like I said, it's good. Like even though those are like negative memories, they're good as well because I had people around me. Well, that proves it. Sure, as well. I always used to do stuff like this to my friends, more so in high school when I actually had like more friends. I always like hide around bushes and hide around corners and scare people. I don't know why. Maybe again it's just because I'm kind of like horror and such, and want to share that kind of love of being scared. Perhaps I don't know. But I always used to scare people. It probably got pretty annoying. Mates how nasty kids can be. But it's kind of pure as well. You don't really. I'm again, I'm kind of persona, and I'm thinking a lot about like stuff like that as of late. And like kids don't have personas. Kids don't really have ego, or they just are just kind of what comes to their head and unfiltered. Just yeah, their thoughts totally unfiltered. But like I said, it can be absolutely horrible. You've got so much free time on your hands. That's honestly a bit of a sad reaction to that, isn't it? You almost seem relieved that she just so happened to be here, didn't actually want to kind of know him or anything. Obviously, she lied. Seems like a bit of a tsundere. A little bit. I really like a design though. It's not like the most complicated thing ever, but I usually find those some of the most effective. Huh? Odd. Sounds like you really want that to happen. Oh shit. Oh god. Just want to give him a big hug, don't you? I do kind of feel bad for her as well a little bit. This wasn't her intention. Oh, I remember the preview now. We did see this character, didn't we? Obviously, we saw her in the preview as well. But it's come back to me now. What kid should ever be saying that? What any person should be saying that, but like especially a kid. Which is ironic for me because I'm a really introverted person that likes to be alone. What the hell? This guy really let. I don't want to judge a book by a cover, but this guy really let these guys take care of a kid. It's an interesting point. That does happen a lot. You see that a lot of marriages and stuff, especially. Honestly, really, I actually think I'd be a lot like this girl if I was a yokai. It's like pranking people, but then feeling bad if they got a little bit too scared. I assumed this would be the case. The, the paddy fields, I think. They did. Neko-chan. Cool though. Another cat, by the way. Bring her back as well. Nah, we can't bring her back. I think she's got to stay in that tree forever, honestly. The haunted tree. I was gonna say like I imagine that would be the case, but I wasn't sure as to like what the situation would be if I would go back there. Yeah. Like I said, we now have those foundations, those we can now have those nostalgic looks back. Well, we can't now, but you know what I'm saying. We're now making those. Yeah, that was an awesome episode, wasn't it? Very much delivered on what I was expecting. Like I said, I was anticipating a lot this episode, but yeah, it was fantastic, wasn't it? A lot of relatable stuff, a lot of stuff that, yeah, lot of stuff I look back on and have very similar kind of experiences with. And even today, like negative parts of me that again maybe what people perceive as negative. Like I say, I'm introverted and I know like I'm quite good spending time by myself, but obviously don't want that to be all the time, if you know what I'm saying. And it isn't all the time, but yeah. Yeah, it was just a lovely episode, wasn't it? Really liked her, the little cat. Like I said, I feel like I would be a lot like her if I was a yokai. Bit mischievous, but not bad, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, fantastic episode. I think it's always great having a look back at Natsume's past. I think they're always really awesome episodes. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Definitely one of my favorite episodes in the show so far. Again, totally understand where the kind of hype for this one comes from and why it's seemingly quite a lot of people's favorite episode, I think. But yeah, absolutely adorable. Again, very sad, of course, seeing more of Natsume's past. Seeing his, it's interesting, isn't it, with a yokai, because it's obvious that she like cared for him, essentially saw him getting bullied and such. She wanted to be nice to him. It is all of these yokai have their thoughts towards humans. Whether the majority of yokai do see humans as kind of negative things, and you can understand her kind of viewpoint on humans like that. But when she like finally met one that like seemed to care about, like it was a nice kid. It wasn't a horrible little kid. And then she ended up doing that to him. Again, it wasn't intentional to make him kind of feel like that, but making someone feel like that, like I said with the whole rock story, it really does feel absolutely terrible when you don't intend it to. And just awesome seeing them kind of reunite after such a long time. But I love the scene with him holding the cat as well. It's just so many adorable and awesome things in this episode. It was really a bit of a roller coaster, wasn't it? But again, massively relatable, and I just absolutely loved it. Let me know what you guys thought about this one though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Really like the intro segment as well. Like I said, I always want to see more of the Guardians, and don't get me wrong, I was after that opening segment, I was actually expecting to see a lot of them today. We obviously didn't, but just her kind of having that impact right from the off, kind of setting up the kind of story for this episode, I think was really impactful. So it's like we didn't see a lot of her screen time per se, but she still had like a massive involvement. I really want to see even more of that as we do go forward. But yeah, again, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time with episode 5.